Right, morning everyone. Saturday morning, so it must be time for a go at survival mode Puzzle Rush. And hopefully this week I won't do what I did last week, which is get up to about 40 odd with all my lives intact, get distracted and then mess it up. Because that really was annoying. So let's try not to do that again. Which probably means I'll get like 25 and lose or something silly, but okay. Right, here's the daily leaderboard. 85 is the top one. Well, we're not going to be getting there. Loads and loads and loads of master players there. Down to number 13. I wonder why there's only 13. Anyway, so it just seems like an odd number for the leaderboard, like not 20 or 15 or 10, 13. Anyway, scores in the 50s from lots of the masters. Let's have a look at the hourly leaderboard. And the top on the hourly is 49. No one's in the 50 on the hourly leaderboard. Okay. Wonder if that means it's difficult today. Well, only one way to find out. Let's get on with it. So if anyone's not seen this before, we get puzzles that start very, very easy, get increasingly difficult. 3 lives, you die if you like, you lose after you've lost your 3rd life. Usually, I get somewhere around the 30 mark before they start to get a bit too tricky. And every now and again, I do something dopey and lose a life earlier. But generally, I get to about 30 before we have to really start thinking. So let's see how we get on. This one will just be a straight back rank checkmate. So rook to here, oops. And then that's checkmate because the only thing white can do is put the knight in the way and then rook takes knight. So easy, they start very, very simple. So checkmate because the king has no escape squares. This is just going to be to push the pawn on because there's no way for white to guard this square. And get your queen back. Okay, that was easy enough. This is going to be exactly the same, only this time we're playing with the white pieces going up the board. So we're always going up the board, whether we play with the white pieces or the black pieces, always going up. This is just the same as the first one. Rook here, the rook will come back and checkmate. See what I mean? They start very, very easy. It also feels like the graphics or something isn't quite the same as usual. It feels like everything's moving more quickly, which is weird. Anyway, this is queen here. Why is it queen here? I'll just hover the queen. Now, there's no squares for the king to go to. If white just puts the rook in the way, we just take. And if knight takes queen, then rook takes knight. And then white is stuck with blocking anyway. So this, there we go. I know why it's being quicker on the animations. The other day, I tweaked the settings slightly. And yeah, I can't do it on here, but I tweaked the settings to reduce some of the animations and the piece slides and stuff. And it seems to be quicker now. Anyway, this is check here. 2 possible moves here. If the king goes to the left to G1, we just play queen here and it's back rank mate. If the king goes to the right to E1, then we bring our rook from H8 to E8, and that's the end. So check and another back rank mate. Okay. This is another back rank mate. We're going to play queen takes pawn. The king cannot capture because the rook is defending. So the king will have to go here and then queen here. Rook takes, and we mate there. So they start easy and get harder. Okay. Oh, this is a ladder mate. So this rook is guarding this line. If I put the rook here, it's check and that line guards. The king will move and then the rook comes over and there's no way for the king to escape. So here we go. Classic ladder and checkmate because the king can't get off of the side. This is playing as white. We're going up the board. So we're going to go king, king, king. And we'll just get a queen first. I just want to make sure it is there and not there. Although on this level, I doubt it. If this was a 2,500 puzzle instead of 500, I'd be a little bit careful. But 1, 2, 3, yeah, it's here. And we win the race. Okay, cool. This is just going to be rook takes pawn, and then which is check. If the king goes that way, we put the queen here, which is mate. If the king goes this way, we'd play rook here, which is mate. And if rook takes, then queen takes is mate because of the support of the bishop. So rook takes wins. There we go. Okay. I want to put the queen here somehow. Okay, I'm having a moment because this is only a 700 puzzle and I'm not actually immediately seeing it. Actually, I'm really not immediately seeing it. Am I being... Oh, right. Okay, the bishop's unguarded. So actually it's pawn takes pawn. Yeah, I was busy looking at checkmate patterns on this diagonal of death, but that's actually not what's important here. If we play pawn takes pawn, then both... I'm trying not to let go of that, just hover it. Both black bishops are under attack. And there's no way for black to save both. That must be that. Yeah, okay, and now queen takes bishop and we're a piece up. Okay. Is this not going to be just rook takes rook check and then we win the bishop? Yeah, it is. Yeah, so check. And now we've got time to take the free bishop. This is going to be queen check. The king must go there. Bishop here. The king must go there. Queen there. Mate. Yeah, that has to be right. Check. And that's the epaulet mate. The king's an epaulet mate's when the king is surrounded. It's got things on its shoulder. And so the queen just goes here and there's no escape squares. All right, we've seen this pattern already. So we do this, force the king to the corner because the queen's protected by the rook. Check and mate, no escape. This is going to be a skew, a pin rather than not a skewer. We're going to put the rook here because then the queen is going to be pinned to the king. I don't think there's anything better than that. I'm just having a quick look, but I think that would be it. Yep. Okay. And we just get out of checks. It's the only legal move. Okay, that was fine. Oh, this is queen to c1, which is actually mate because the bishop is guarding e2. So there's no way for the king to escape the back rank. Very similar, funnily enough. If we play bishop to here, that's check. Although having said that, there is d6. d6, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, king to e8, bishop to b5 is mate. Yeah. Yeah, this is here. Then we have to do this. Wait a minute. Let me just slow down a minute, make absolutely sure. I don't want to blow a life on an easy one. I think we're going to go bishop takes check, pawn takes is forced, queen takes check, king here is forced, bishop to b5 check. This is forced, and then there's, yeah, it's just going to lead to mate. Okay, so takes, check. Oh, well, that was the end. We didn't even need to prove it. Well, this one's easy because the knight attacks that square and that square. We can play queen here. King has to go across, and queen here is mate. So nice, easy one. There we go. Checkmate. You can't play king takes queen because of the knight. Oh, this must be a fork because the rooks are both undefended. So I think if we go queen here, there's surely no way white can defend both rooks. And it gets worse because this is actually a checkmate threat as well as just queen takes rook. So this must be here. Okay, and we'll just take the rook and block the, yeah, okay. Oh, this has to be, I think rook here forces king here and rook here. King can't go there because of the pawn, can't go there because of the pawn, won't be able to go there because of the rook, and won't be able to go back here because of this rook. Yeah, so this is check and mate. What is this mess here? Wait a minute, this queen's got almost no squares. Can't go there, can't go there, obviously can't go there, could go there. Can't go here, can't go here, can't go here, could go here because there's a piece, there's two. So that makes me think that we play rook here. So if I put the rook on this square, just imagine we're attacking the queen. That gives me two defenders here. This is protected by my bishop. This is protected by the other bishop. This square is not safe. This square is attacked by my bishop. This square is attacked by the knight. And the rook itself is defended by the knight. Yeah, this is here. Yeah, oh, well, there you go. And black sacrificed the queen and we win the game. Okay, cool. Oh, this is cool. This has got to be a queen sack. If this bishop was here, it would actually be checkmate, because the knight would be protecting the bishop with its check, and the other bishop's guarding the two black squares, so there'd be no escape. So if we play queen takes pawn, we're threatening mate here and mate here, and if pawn takes, then we can play our bishop move. So this is just a queen sack. Yeah, there we go. And that's checkmate. Cool. Okay, this is important to pick the right pawn. Actually, hold on. If we go that way, and then here is the king might be too close. I feel like I want to go this way, because then this pawn, if it's running, is further away from the enemy king. But this is one where it's not impossible that I could miscalculate this. But I think we want distance from the enemy king. Generally, I'd just capture with the rook's pawn, with the pawn on the edge. So what's going to happen is we're going to take here. This pawn will move forward, and then we'll go here. And I think it's important it's this one, because that won't give the king enough time to get across to catch it. Whereas if I did it the other way and went with this one after blocks, pawn forward, the king is closer. I think it's going to be this way. Right, bingo. And now we should be able to just force through here, here, oops, here, here. Yeah, okay. So I did pick the right, it must be there. Yeah, cool. And there's no way for the king to quite catch us. Yeah, that was good. Okay. This is just checkmate in one. It's just checkmate. I don't really see why that's a 1300 rated puzzle. That's just mate on the move. I mean, yeah. This is one where we're going to have to use our king along these squares to stop the enemy king getting across here. Oops. See, we use our own king as a barrier, and then we can guide the pawn up the board. So we're going to go here, 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 here. There we go. And actually, that's the end of the puzzle, because there was no way then for the black king to stop our pawn marching up the side of the board. Okay. Why isn't this queen takes? It's protected there by the knight, so that would force the king across. Then knight here's check, king there's forced, queen here's mate, because the knight will be supporting. Okay, well that's so check, check, mate. This is just not mate on the move, actually, because we're already in check, so I'll not say that. Okay, so it's a question of getting out of check in the correct way. We're not going to go there, because obviously the rook would come across. We need to find somewhere that the black queen can't check us. I think if we play there, there's no sensible checks, is there? It has to be there. It has to be there. If I go to this square here, one of the rooks could come and check us. If I go to this square, one of the rooks could come and check us. It's got to be king here. Ooh. Okay, well, then we just play rook takes rook, I guess. Yeah, cool. Okay. This one's kind of cool. This is a queen sack. So we've got this king, potential for a back rank checkmate if you can find it. And it's queen takes rook. And that's because this rook is actually hitting that square via an X-ray. It can't jump over this rook, but its influence can be felt. So queen takes rook. That was forced pretty much. Rook takes check, and maybe black will put the bishop in the way and then we'll take it. And that's the checkmate. This must be just queen here. King across is forced. Bishop back. Knight here is forced. Bishop takes knight is mate. Yeah. All right. So queen here. The king cannot go to D1 because of the bishop. We'll have to go to B1. And now bishop to E4 check. The only move that delays the inevitable is to put the knight in the way. And now that's mate. I'll just leave it hovering for a sec. No escape squares for the king. Right. So far, so good. This is going to be, oh no, maybe not. Hold on just a second. Takes. Yeah, what I was going to do there doesn't actually quite work. Or if it does work, it works for not quite the reasons I had in mind. Right, okay, knight here. Now, initially, I thought king across, we just play rook takes rook. But of course, that's not going to happen because the king won't go there. The king will go here. Then the knight will be guarding these two squares. So rook check will force, oops, sorry. there, there. Here will be a check. These two squares will be hit by my knight. So the king will have to go here, and then knight here will be mate. Yeah, okay, so it's here, here. Remember, there's only one square for the king here. He cannot go to f6 or f8 because of the knight. He'll have to go to h7. And then this is mate because the knight's attacking the king and the rook guards g6, g7, g8. So there's no escape squares. All right, so I said we usually get to about 30 without too many incidents. So far, so good. We're in check, and there's only 3 ways to get out of it. One's to put the bishop in the way, which is rubbish because queen takes bishop. 2's to put the bishop in the way, which is rubbish because queen takes bishop. So it must be here first. I don't really understand now why I'm not just playing rook takes queen. This is the weird puzzle. What was difficult about this? Am I being thick? This is just rook takes queen. Wait, what? Right, hang on a minute. Why didn't white just move the queen away? Okay, right. So the point is, if white doesn't do right, okay. So we've got this threat of bishop here and queen here, which is completely unstoppable. So that's why the computer has played this move. In which case, is rook takes queen actually not worth it? Because rook takes queen, pawn takes bishop, the game carries on. I mean, we're still going to win because we'd be, you know, queen and rook against rook and bishop's winning. But if I just go rook takes pawn, that's still unstoppable. Rook takes pawn, sorry, bishop takes pawn. That's still unstoppable, isn't it? That's got to be right. Oh, man, it wasn't. It was just rook takes queen. How frustrating. I wonder if I just was too clever by half there, as the saying goes. Anyway, I think this is rook takes queen. No, not quite. Hang on. Okay, right. Right, we can't just put the knight here because knight takes. If rook takes, oh, well, and the bishop's protecting. Rook takes, no, there's just not enough there. What if we distract the queen away? Hang on a minute. We've got 2 pieces attacking this. And there's 2 defending it. But what if I play here? Where's that queen going to go? That's the right answer, isn't it? Because then there's going to be a lack of a defender here. Oh, it's right. It's got to be. Yeah. And now we've just won a piece. Oh, he's still playing on. Seriously? Okay. Yeah, well, that makes sense because the material is actually still pretty level. So I've got to actually get this right now. What's the right way to do this? I shouldn't be finding it quite this tricky at this level, but whatever. Well, hang on a minute. We're 2 pawns up, aren't we? So can we just swap off pieces and then call it quits? There's no checkmate here, is there? We've got to do something because queen takes queen is threatened. And rook takes rook is threatened. This has got to be just swap the queen, surely. Yeah, oh, okay, so it was swap the queens. Yeah, fine. Well, okay, so now we've got an easy one. Rook takes, if king goes here, we play rook here, king back, and rook here, mate. And if here, we play rook here, king here, rook here, mate, which means that after rook takes, he's going to have to sacrifice the queen. And then we are just going to be pawns in the lead. Yeah, this has got to be this. Right, okay, there's the queen sack, fine. Okay, 32, that one's really annoyed me. We'll look at it at the end and see what I'd miscalculated. I've obviously missed something dopey. I feel like this is queen here because it's defended horizontally. And then if the king goes backwards, so queen here, check. King has to go backwards, and then rook here. Is rook here not skewering the queen to the checkmate square? So I think here, and now I reckon if I play rook here, we're attacking the queen. But hang on. Right, but the queen doesn't have to move. Oh, yes, she does. Because if the rook blocks, which is what was worrying me, this rook becomes unprotected. Right, so this has got to be this. Okay, black has to lose their queen. Cool. Okay. Okay, so the queen is guarding these two squares, which suggests to me that I want to play here. If the king goes here, queen to here is just going to be great because the king will move and we have queen takes queen. So rook here. If the king goes here, we've got queen here check, and the king must go across, and then queen here wins queen. Right, okay, so it's here, here. Oh, all right. Yeah, well, just queen takes rook then, presumably. I just don't want to miss a mate in one because that would be annoying to lose a life. No, it must be just queen takes rook, yeah, it is. And then rook here check, presumably, because that wins the queen. There's no checkmate here, is there? Great, okay, cool. Oh, this is kind of cool. So this rook is brutal. And the king is snookered from going into the corner, and we could put our queen here, but we've got a piece in the way. So I think we go knight here. That is forced. Queen to here, check. The knight will have to get in the way, but then queen take. Yeah, this is knight here. Checkmate, because the rook guards f1. The king can't go to f1, and the queen is attacking on the black squares, well, green squares in this case, but okay, 35. That is beginning to look annoying. I really shouldn't be dropping lives before we get to at least 2,000. But never mind, it is what it is. Now then, I think we have a really cool queen sack here. This bishop is pointing at this square, but with the rook in the way. So I reckon if I play queen takes pawn check, and then rook here is check along there, and check along there, the only legal move will be back to the corner, and then rook to here will actually be mate. Yeah, okay, this is the queen sack, isn't it? So check, king takes queen is forced, double check because the rook and the bishop are both attacking the king, so the only legal move is to go back to the corner, and then that's mate because the rook's protected by the bishop. Okay. Oh man, I would surely queen a4 just wins a piece here. I mean, this knight is completely paralyzed. It's pinned. It's attacked twice and defended twice. There's no other black piece that can defend it. So I would think we just put a third attacker on it. So we'd have 3 attacking, 2 defending. There's no other black piece that can defend. Like you can't put the king there anyway because of the knight. So that just wins a piece, doesn't it? This must be just queen a4, surely. If this isn't just queen a4, I'm going to be really annoyed. It has to be. Right, it is. Okay. Check. Check. And then the puzzle. Okay, cool. All right, this bishop is pointing at the king, which makes me think this will be something to do with a discovered attack. Right, I think I know what this is. I think it's knight here, which is double check because the bishop will be attacking and the knight. The king will have to go to the corner. Knight here is then check. The king can't go back because of the bishop. The only legal move would be pawn takes, which then opens this line. So then queen here is mate. Okay, that's right. So check, check, checkmate. Cool. Oh man, I wish I could play knight takes and do the family fork of the rook and the queen and the king, but I can't because we're actually in check. Look. So that's annoying. Right, material is level-ish, give or take. Yeah, there's nothing much in it on the material. In fact, there's nothing in it on the material, on the pieces. So what do we do here? We're in check. What's the right way to get out of it? Oh, it's this move. Look at this. So rook to e3 blocks the check and pins the queen. And if black plays pawn takes rook, then we go knight here check, which I just spotted. King has to move. Knight takes queen, and we actually win a queen for a rook. Oh, yeah, cool. This must be here. Yeah, magic. Check. We'll just put that down a sec. It is knight takes queen straight away, isn't it? There's nothing silly we can do in between. No. Here, brilliant, nice. Right, so we're black playing up the board. So we have to just get the knight away from this pawn. If we can get the knight away from this pawn, we're winning. So this must be just here, surely. It must be here. Yeah. And then surely we can play king take. Oh, hang on. Right, I've got to be careful here because now we're up to a 2200 puzzle. So king takes pawn, knight takes check, king moves, but then if the knight just sits there, we can't force our pawn through. Right, hold on. I think king takes pawn looks, well, it's definitely a draw. Knight takes, king here, knight here. I'm never going to be able to force the pawn through because at some point the knight will sacrifice itself for the pawn. So I just want to look at this move first. Because if pawn takes, pawn forward, and the knight isn't actually going to be able to stop my pawn going, it can't get close enough. It never can catch it up. And here, 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 and I queen first. I think this is this. If I do this, knight takes pawn, pawn takes pawn, and the knight again can't get close enough to stop me promoting. This is here. Push, push. Right, okay, that was good. I'm glad. So we're at 40. 40 is always a sort of a, once I'm over 40, I don't feel like I've done terribly. So somehow I need to get my king here so that I can block the rook checks with this and then push the pawn. So I figure I need to go here, 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 and then just put the bishop in the way, and white can't stop us promoting. Yeah, I think this is this, and then this, and then this, and now we've got our queen. Okay, cool. That was quite straightforward for 2200. Anyway, whatever. Okay, so the pawn is kind of trapping the king. But we are a full rook down, so huh. Huh, indeed. I mean, queen here, check. Queen goes back, queen takes pawn, but yeah. Pawn forward, queen just takes. Or the rook takes, so that's not going to do it. And I don't actually see a great deal else. This has got to, it's just going to be queen here check, isn't it? Because there just isn't anything else I can play. I mean, I don't want to rush this because it's annoying if I'm missing something really, really obvious, but I can't see what else this could be except queen to G1 check. Hold on. I've just had a brainwave. Queen here check. Queen there's forced. Rook takes pawn check. Pawn takes rook's forced. Pawn on check. King here is forced. Queen takes queen. King takes pawn on queens. And that's the answer, isn't it? Because then I've got a queen and about 400 pawns against the two rooks. This is right. It's here. Right, now takes is check. If he just comes out the way, we just play rook check and win anyway, so that's no good. He can't go to the corner because queen takes queen will be winning. So he's going to have to play here. Pawn on check distracts the king. If the king takes the pawn, we play queen takes queen. And if the king goes here, we still play queen takes queen, king takes, promote, check, win. Okay, here. Here, here, wins. Okay, cool. Okay, so I think at some point we're going to have to put this here, but not yet because it hasn't got a target. So I reckon, oh, hold on. No, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm actually overthinking this. This is queen here, check. King has to go here. Queen here, check. Knight takes, rook takes, mate. And the pawn is protecting the two escape squares. So actually, this rook's got nothing to do with it. And this is easy. Oh, no. Oh, I thought for a minute I'd let go of the rook on the wrong square. I don't know if that will come through when I put this onto YouTube on the video, but the rook just jammed on that square for a sec, and I thought I'd let go of the piece too early and mouse slipped. Phew. Okay, so 43, we're pushing up towards 2,400 puzzles. So, okay. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, we're a full piece down here. In fact, we're a piece and a pawn down. So whatever we do is going to have to be basically win very quickly. I want to say rook here, king there's forced, queen here check. We'd have three pieces attacking this square, so black won't be able to just put the rook in the way. So king there would be basically forced. Rook takes, queen takes knight. No, because this bishop will be protecting the knight. So that actually won't quite work. Okay. But I still feel like that might be what we have to do. How? The question is how? Huh. What about queen here? King here, but then everything then suddenly protects that knight. Ah, okay, right. This, I don't actually know. So this is where I start to regret that stupid one at 1650 where I just had a moment. Okay. I mean, rook takes knight is really forcing. Rook takes knight. It's forcing because we are, if we had two moves in a row, it would be queen here, checkmate. So rook takes knight pretty much. But then queen here, just the rook gets in the way and, oh no, it doesn't get in the way because that would be getting checkmated. All right, so hold on. Rook takes, king takes queen here, king here, but haven't we just run out of moves at this point? I don't really see what else we can do, so that's not going to do it. This knight is just going to take it forever to get up here, so we can forget about him. Oh man, I must be missing something stupid here. I don't think we're going to play rook takes rook. I just don't feel like that's enough. I feel like that rook needs to stay here to guard in this direction somehow. So I don't want to do that. So it's got to be queen here or rook here. I guess queen there as well. So there's three possible moves, isn't there? So rook here, forced. But then what? Queen here, king across. I don't quite see an end. I don't see an end, which is frustrating. Really frustrating. I wonder if this is one of those puzzles that do come up from time to time where actually you're not supposed to win, you're supposed to save the game and just draw. Because there are one or two of those on Puzzle Rush that I've seen. Although normally I think they've been at higher levels when I've been watching Grandmasters do this on YouTube, and you get up to sort of 3,000 puzzles and you're not actually supposed to win, you're supposed to save a game. And this, I don't know, maybe this is one of those. I'm not having it. It can't be rook takes. It just can't be. There's just no king takes, queen here, queen's in the way. No, right. We're ruling out rook takes. So it's one of the other checks. It's this one or this one or this one. That's all it can be. Right. Rook here forces this. Hold on, hold on. Right here. Oh, no, no, no. I thought I'd had a brainwave, but actually I'm an idiot. Oh, hold on. No, I'm not. There. Check. The knight is then pinned. So he has to go with the queen. Rook takes. Bishop takes. Queen takes. Maybe that's... I think it's here. Right, now this knight is pinned, so it's not actually helping with the protection here. So can I play rook takes? Brilliant, this is it. It's rook takes knight, because the king can't go anywhere. It would then have to be queen takes and queen takes rook. Why did this take me so long? Okay. That really shouldn't have taken that long. That was, yeah, well, whatever. We've got it. Right, now the obvious rook takes rook's no good because queen here is just mate, which is a bit horrible. So, queen here forces the king to move. Okay, this is it. And then bishop here, check, something, and then queen here will be mate because of the support of the rook. Okay, this is a better, easier one. It's here. Now, I'm pretty sure this is check. Well, I know it's check, but I'm pretty sure this is the move, is what I mean. And whatever black does, queen d8 next move is mate. Because from here, the queen is attacking the king, guards all the escape squares, and the rook on d1 protects the queen. Yeah, okay, that was an easier one. All right, 45. Okay. What about rook takes pawn? What about that? Because that stops this being defended. So knight here check is a threat. And if knight takes rook, then knight there is actually still doing check and taking the queen. I think this might be rook takes pawn, but I don't want to overdo the speed at this point because this is a 2500 puzzle. So I think that is right. I think that's going to be rook takes pawn because I'd really like to put my knight here, try not to attack the king and the queen, but I can't because it's defended. So if I play rook takes pawn, that must be right. I think that's right. Do it. Right, it is. Knight takes pawn is check. Knight takes queen. Okay, cool. Oh. Huh. This isn't so straightforward as it looks, is it? So here, 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 and this is just going to beat me to the punch. Here, 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 and we're winning. Here, 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 king here. Move pawn forward. King takes, king here. This can't, pawn on just loses. Straight away it loses because this one's too close. And in any case, the queening square gives check. So there's no way it's this. And if it's not that, the only move that makes sense, we can't go this way because that's too far away again. The only move that makes sense is this. And now we've got to get over here to stop, not here. We've got to get here to stop that promoting. So here. And now that's where I was just calculating. So now we're going to have to use that as a distraction. King takes, king here. That has to be right. There's nothing else we can do that makes any... Oh, hold on. There is something else we could do. That won't work because after king takes, king here, king does something, king here, we can't actually get through. But if we go here, white can't actually take this pawn because we run. And if we're here, this one can't ever promote because we move forward. So actually, this is this. And now off we go because the king can't catch us. Right, okay, 47. Oh, I'm so frustrated that I didn't just play rook takes queen on that one. Too clever by half. So frustrating. Okay. Okay, so we're looking at over 2,600 on this one, which is probably why I'm now staring blankly at the screen, wondering what day it is. Absolutely no idea. Yeah. Well, that was Puzzle Rush. Okay, look, you're right. There's got to be something I would think to do with this bishop slicing through these squares. If I could get the bishop to here, gaining tempo on the queen, and then the queen here, there's got to be that. It's got to be something to do with that. So is it knight takes pawn, which opens the bishop up? Queen takes, bishop to here, and then I'm not absolutely sure that there's much. Well, maybe not, because they could then play queen here, and then I can't put my queen here. That's the basic point of it, I think. The question is how to execute this. I'm pretty sure that's the basic idea. Oh, hang on. Oh, hold on. Knight takes pawn. Now, if queen takes, do I not just win by going here with my queen and doing this diagonal this way, because I'm threatening two mates? So knight takes pawn is threatening all kinds of things. The bishop here, the knight here, the queen here. And if queen takes, then I put my queen here and we're going to win because of this diagonal, I think. And if he doesn't take it, then we're still threatening everything anyway. Right, I think this is this. Okay. And now queen here doesn't really work because bishop takes bishop check. But if I go check, no, not going to do it, is it? Hold on a minute. I really don't want to mess this up because I'm so close here. Right, check. King to the corner, but that's not going to do it. I need two moves to go here. And bishop takes bishop will always be a check, so I won't have time. So that's not going to do it. I can't actually move my bishop because it's pinned. If I go bishop here, queen takes, and then, yeah, I've got bishop takes rook, rook takes. White would still have two knights, a queen and a rook. I would have all sorts. I suppose it could be bishop takes bishop. Oh, hang on. Why isn't it here and then bishop takes bishop? So check, king moves, bishop takes bishop, and then I must be just miles ahead on material. What's the material here? 10, 19, 22, 25, 28. 10, 19, 28. 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 26. So check, king moves, bishop takes, yeah, but then knight takes rook, king takes, okay. Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe there. I can't actually see what else it can be but to put the knight here, if I'm honest. There, and then takes. I can't see anything else. It can't be to just put the queen here because bishop takes bishop. It's just too slow. It's a move too slow. Knight here, no good. It's got to be here. Oh, and that actually forced queen takes knight, right? So I've missed something along the line then, because now queen takes queen, bishop. Oh, hold on. Can't play king takes because knight takes rook, so it must be queen takes. And now king takes. Okay, well, whatever. I missed something, but we still got the right answer, so who cares? Okay, 48. These are now pushing up towards over 2,600 puzzles, so this is getting nasty. We've got an unprotected rook and bishop here, so maybe queen takes pawn. How do you defend everything? Anyway, what's the material? Queens, a rook each, and two minor pieces each, and 5 pawns each. Right, okay, so position's level. Why is queen takes pawn not good? What's the problem with it? I suppose the bishop can't. No, you can't do that. Why is this not just queen takes pawn? What's going on here? What's this? Why are we not just doing this? That would surely force the queen to come back. But then I can't see any other candidate moves. Like in the last puzzle, even though it was quite difficult at first, I could see what the pattern was going to be with the white squares around the king and around the king in the last one. But this one, I can't even fathom what the pattern's going to be. Like there's no good checks. I can't go there because obviously I lose my queen. There's no captures apart from queen takes pawn that looks sensible. I mean, I've got the possibility of rook to here to threaten the queen, but I don't really think it does a lot. So all I can think is queen takes pawn, but I don't really see why it's all that scary. After queen back, I just think, nah, I don't know. I may have to just play queen takes pawn here because I can't think of anything else, which is not really the reason you should play moves on a chessboard, but I can't see anything else that makes any sense whatsoever. Ping! Okay, well, we're not going to get distracted by that like last week because that was mega frustrating. But that said, I can't think of another move anyway. Ping or no ping, I just do not see another move but queen takes pawn. Queen here is threatening the rook, is threatening this. But what's the follow-up? I don't know what the follow-up is. And there must be more to it than that. I don't know. Maybe, no. I was going to say rook attack the queen first and then queen takes pawn, but it doesn't. He just puts it back here. And what does it matter? Right, I can't think of anything else. Oh, could it be? Wait, knight here. No, because queen takes knight. No. Oh, I don't know though. Knight here. Queen takes queen, knight takes bishop check, king moves, pawn takes, king to no, I can no. Here takes. It might be, you know. Do you know what? I think this might be knight here. Because the queen's undefended, but if they go queen takes, right, so it's not knight here. What about here? Now, what that's doing is I'm suddenly, if I get two moves, threatening queen takes queen. If white plays queen takes queen, then I go knight here check. That's supported by the bishop, and then I can recapture and I'm a piece up. I think this might be here because I don't quite know. It can't be here because the queen will take the knight. But if it's here, we're threatening queen takes queen. And I don't quite know what white can do to not lose a piece here. Look at this. Oh, man, am I pleased with that one? Yay. Well, alrighty, 49. Okay. Yeah, pleased with that one. Excellent. Okay, right. Now let's not screw it up. We've got a good chance for 50 here. Right, there's a major pin here. And normally, if you've got a pinned piece, as we've said before, you just hit it again, which makes me want to play the queen to f6. But I wonder if we do something else first. I wonder if we play bishop takes knight, bishop takes, and then hit it again. Because I don't really see pawn forward, knight takes. I don't, hang on. This is something to do with queen here and doing some swapping on this square, but I can't quite work out the running order. Takes. I can't do it all at once. It's not going to be knight. Oh, it could be knight here. No, because the knight isn't defended. So wait, maybe it is. No, because I've not got two pieces attacking this yet. No, so it isn't. So I'm thinking here, you can't take with the queen because obviously knight takes queen. All right, so fine. Bishop takes, then hit this knight again. So we've got two pieces attacking the pinned piece. If here, then here, but he'll go with the queen, so no. So takes. It's something to do with this. It's something to do with this pin and getting rid of this knight, but I can't quite work out the running order for the moves. If queen here, he can't play knight takes knight because pawn takes, and we actually do then hit the attacked piece again. So is it queen here? But then he's just going to kick us. Ugh. I know it's something to do with all of this, and I can't quite work it out, and it's annoying. That was me growling at the chessboard because I can't quite see a way to the win. Bishop takes away one of the defenders. That's pretty much forced, or white's just a piece down. Queen here. Knight takes, pawn takes bishop. Knight takes. It's not quite going to do it. Oh, it's frustrating. Is it knight here? It can't be knight here. The queen just moves. And although that check looks really nasty, actually my knight's just completely stranded. The king just goes to the corner and it's just stuck. So it's not that. And if I play queen here, I think this will just kick me away and it's no big deal for... Wait a minute. Queen here, here, here? No, because there's still going to be takes and there'll still be two pieces defending here and only two attacking. So that doesn't quite do it. Bishop takes is removing one of the defenders. I feel like it's bishop takes first because it takes the defender away from this. Is it? Right, bishop takes. What about knight here? Because now they can't play the pawn forward to kick my bishop. And that knight is proper stuck then. I think that might be the answer. I think bishop here takes and then knight here. And I'm not quite sure. I think that's it. I'm going to try it. Wait, hold on. Right, just slow down a sec. Right, queen here. But if pawn here, and I don't quite see how I'm winning, because although knight takes, pawn takes, and I've got two pieces attacking this square, but there'll be two defenders, so that's not going to do it. But this, I think, might be right. Oh, no! Okay. Oh, man. And now I really, really regret losing that life there. Okay. Okay. Oh. Don't do this to me. Okay. Huh. Right. Well, obviously we've got a queen and a rook pointing at the enemy king, but this bishop is a nuisance. Oh, could it be? No. Okay, sorry, I just saw a silly move and it isn't going to be that. Okay, takes. No. I don't know. Again, look at that. Last one was 2,700 and I was so close. How annoying. Anyway, right. And I'm not just eyeing up the queen here. I'm wondering if we can get the bishop to here to point at that square, or maybe the bishop to here to point at that square and get some kind of windmill tactic going. Queen takes, pawn, bishop takes, rook takes, king takes, bishop there. Oh, hold on. Oh, that couldn't work, could it? No, it doesn't. No, because you know. Okay, so what I was just thinking then was rubbish. So forget that. Yeah. I don't. Honestly, I don't know. I know that it's got to be something to do with those two patterns that I've just suggested, but I can't quite see why. What about pawn here? No, that's not going to do it, is it? Queen take, pawn here, queen takes, queen, bishop takes, queen, bishop here. Nah, don't think so. This thing is the problem. What if I put the bishop here and threaten to play bishop takes bishop? Does that do me any favors? Because they can't play bishop takes because I'll checkmate. If the bishop then moves, maybe I've got something on this idea. So hold on. So bishop here, they can't play bishop takes bishop. That's ridiculous. If I get to play bishop takes bishop, then we're mating. So he's got to do something. There. And there is a pin here, which means this pawn can never capture. I wonder if this is here. So I'm going to try and distract this bishop from this defense of this square. So I'm threatening bishop takes bishop, which is just winning. If the queen goes here to defend, then bishop takes, pawn takes, rook takes would be good. I think this is this. Right, now don't screw it up, is my message to myself at this point. Now, I think bishop takes bishop, because this pawn is pinned, I think bishop takes bishop is just winning. So bishop takes, we're now threatening that checkmate again on g2. And white can't really recapture, because queen takes queen, pawn takes, rook takes bishop, and we've got 50. Get in there. Right, okay. The question is, can we get any higher? Really want to play bishop takes h7, king takes queen here, but I don't think there's quite enough pieces over there to make that work. Queen h5 looks pretty, but I think it's superficial because there's just things like, you know, to the pawn. Okay, so if I put the queen here, yeah, I'm threatening mate, but so what? This can go forward, this can go forward. However, we do have this possibility. Maybe queen h5, if the pawn goes forward, have I got some insane checkmate pattern based on knight takes and the discovery? I feel like this might be queen here. So the immediate threat is checkmate on this square. If here, I can just play queen takes because this pawn is pinned. If here, I reckon there's probably some insane sacrifice based on rook takes here. But I can't quite see an end of it, but I bet there is. I bet there's something ridiculous. Or not rook takes, no, it'd be knight takes, because then you're threatening a discovered attack. I think this is queen h5. And actually, I'm so pleased that we made 50 that I'm not sure I even want to sit and spend much time on it. Try it. Right, it is. Now, what I want to play here is knight takes pawn. Because if pawn takes, rook takes, pawn takes, queen takes, king's force, queen here's mate. And I think if they don't take the knight back, there's going to be some hideous discovered attack from this rook onto the king. I think this is this. Yeah, it is. And then this must be... Yeah, but just be careful now, because rook takes... Oh, if the king goes here, it's lined up to my queen as well. So there must be something good. That must be good. Although bishop takes, maybe? Could it be bishop takes instead? I just want to get this right. So I've got to see this through to the end. Rook takes. If pawn takes, then queen takes. King here's forced, queen here's mate. But rook takes check. He could go this way. And then I'm not absolutely sure I can get the king. Whereas, see, okay, so rook take, if the king goes there, what exactly? Oh, yes, that's it. So if the king goes there, rook here check, double check, is winning, because the king would have to take, and then queen here is actually an amazing epaulet mate. Right, here, rook here, he can't go to this square because of the queen, can't go to this one because of the rook, king takes rook, queen here mate. That's right, isn't it? That's forced, it's this. Oh no! What did I miss? Oh, you're kidding. Oh no, I actually thought I had that. Oh, how frustrating. What? Right, what was wrong with it? Okay, right, we always go through the ones that I've got wrong. I was nearly a 2800 puzzle. I was sure that was right. What's the alternative? Like if black goes to the corner, rook check here. I don't get why that's wrong. Okay, we'll look at this one first, and then we'll go back and look at the other two. I'm still pleased with 50. I mean, I'm not going to lie, that was good. But why was that wrong? Okay, so that was good. That was good. But it says no to rook takes. So I want to do this. And then I'm going to put the analysis board on and see why. So we got the queen move, we got that, we got that, we got that. So it must be bishop takes. Yeah, it is bishop takes. But, I miss, I've just seen in the analysis what I missed. Oh, goodness me. All right, so what I'd missed was this. When I was calculating here, I assumed the king would go to the corner. But of course, and I've got no checkmate. So in actual fact, my instinct that it's the bishop takes was correct. And now there's just no save. It's either plus 11 or... that's irritating. And that's why I just forgot that that could block the check. Okay, right, fine. So bishop is winning. The best move. There's just nothing. Look, there's mate in 5, mate in 6, or plus 15. You know, okay, whatever. Right, let's just pause for a sec so I can get the other two puzzles. Okay, so here's the other one where I was really close to getting it. So that was correct. And then I got the wrong next move. I thought it was knight here. So was my other suggestion correct? Was it queen f6? Oh, really? So what did I miscalculate here? Because I just thought after knight takes, yeah, knight takes isn't right, which makes perfect sense. Yeah, I didn't think it would be. Oh, it's the move order. It's the move order. It's bishop takes knight. Right, it's bishop takes knight. Because, yeah, because the queen's going to be overloaded. It's overloading. It's this. And now the queen's protecting both pieces. So if I play knight takes, she can't protect that one. Oh, yeah. Okay. Why is the theme doubled rook? That's ridiculous. I know there are doubled rooks, but it's got nothing to do with the theme. I'm going to have to vote that down because that has literally nothing to do with the puzzle. Yeah. God, that's annoying. Okay, fine. Let's get the other one that we should have got. Hold on. Okay. Right, so we knew this was here. And this one, I just thought I was being clever, didn't I, by going here and then here. But presumably it's just going to be rook takes queen then, is it? Yeah, okay, fine. So I was just trying to be too clever by half. Let's just put the analysis on and see why did bishop there, e3. Is bishop takes pawn no good? Bishop takes pawn, it says, is no good. So I thought that because I was attacking the queen, I would have time to go bishop to a3. What does it say is the best move? Queen to c. Computer says queen to c7. Why? What? Oh, I haven't got time to play bishop to h3 here because this is a mate threat. Ah, that's what I missed. I didn't spot. I don't have time. If I could play bishop to h3 without this being checkmate, then of course it's winning, but it's checkmate. Ah, no, okay, fine. All right. So that's what it was that I didn't spot. Okay. So I got 50, which is cool. Yeah, I know I've used up my puzzle rushes for the day. Go away. Right. My top score ever was 50, so I've equaled it. But probably we should have got at least one or two of those. Anyway, I'm a slightly miffed now because it's done this to me again. The hourly leaderboard, technically 50 should have put me at the top. And it isn't putting me at the top. And the only reason I can think of is because I've taken longer than an hour to do all the puzzles. I think it's like I've overlapped an hour, but 50 is really, really good. As you can see, it's top of the leaderboard for hourly. I don't suppose I'm anywhere near the daily one because we're not a million miles behind some of the master players there, are we? 50, not too bad. So, yeah, okay. Well, okay. Not bad at all, I guess. 50's good. My personal leaderboard ever. Yeah, there we go. So that's my second time of getting 50. There's a couple of rubbish ones down there from when I just get bored and try to do it at high speed, but I don't record all of them. Or if I've got, 20 minutes up somewhere where I'm waiting, then but I don't think about it. Then I just sort of guess the answers. That's why when I got 20, it's just me sort of trying to do it in 5 minutes. So forget those. But these ones are pretty good. What a shame that we couldn't completely crack getting over 50 though. Still, never mind. And we would have been top of the hourly leaderboard if I'd taken less than an hour. So it's not so bad. Right. Okay. Hope that was interesting and entertaining. Thanks for watching. See you next time.